everyone, I'm Siri with matrix number 279756. I'm here to talk about my self-experience when facing COVID-19. When this pandemic of COVID-19 started spread until outbreak, I was actually working part-time accountant assistant in Singapore. In the month of April 2020, the Singapore government announced circuit breaker. Many companies have to partially close, so they began to cut off the employee salary in order to reduce the loss. Luckily, my company did not cut off the salary in this month. I feel so thankful that I could still able to afford my expenses in Singapore. From May until July, I went back to work in alternate, but the salary is being cut off from 15% to 25%. In that time, my expenses had to come down as well in order to save more money. As I'm a good in managing person, so I could manage my finance well. In mid of July, Malaysia government has announced to charge on the quarantine fees and no longer allow self-quarantine at home. The quarantine will last 14 days and cost 2,000 ringgit, while the swab test will be 200 ringgit. Before the pandemic, I actually planned to resign on September as our university intend mostly open in mid-October, and I have 2 weeks to prepare my documents for entering my university and applying the PTPTN. However, because of the restriction on quarantine, I decided to work until the end of August and going back to Malaysia on September. During my working journey, I met a lot of issues in the last month. For example, I received many complaints from the customer because our service had been delayed. Other than that, plenty of work need to be done because I've left too much in the past few months. So, I needed to remain calm, stay positive in that time. However, by prioritizing my responsibilities, working effectively, and putting in the extra effort, I was able to complete my job well. After I resigned, I went back to Malaysia to quarantine. I applied that I can waive off the quarantine fees as I was going back to further my study, but at the end I was rejected and fully charged as other. I feel fortunately that I've managed my money well as I could afford my quarantine fees. In the past of working at outside, I've developed a strong and independent character. This kind of personality allows me to overcome the difficulties in my life and to be positive and proactive. Since the pandemic of COVID-19, many students are required to study at home and use online learning. During my university life, I have successfully developed my leadership qualities and communication skills. I will strengthen the communication with students, realize the efficiency brought by teamwork in all aspects, and gain new feelings and knowledge of teamwork and sense of responsibility. For example, I was doing a group project with my friends. I learned how to cooperate with my friends and communicate effectively that I will be able to work together. Furthermore, I am hardworking and creative in doing my presentation video as I research and learn about how to make my video interesting. In facing COVID-19, I have improved a lot of my knowledge. Lastly, I hope this COVID-19 pandemic gets over as soon as possible and hope everyone stays safe and take good care of yourself.